Hi, YouTube. I hope you're doing well. I thought I'd take a little more time and talk to you here. I was just wondering about the deadbeat dads out there, or the ones that are like vicious or cruel, or how they feel on a day like today, even being honored. you know, just a thought. I think that on Mother's Day about mothers too. It's like, if they're like way off the charts, how they feel in life, if they're proud of their accomplishments or what, it makes me wonder. And what do they want to accomplish, that also makes me wonder, like with anybody, what did your parents do in your life that, like, looking back, was there any big major things that, in my life, what did those people do that might have been so adverse that it taught me a lesson, of how not to be that type of thing? Was there any one thing, like, just name one thing that you can't sit with it the right way, and it was a teaching from the former generation to try and throw your spiritual self off? It might have not even have been something your parents were aware of doing. Or, like I heard somebody say that they had studied voodoo. Hey, join the club. There is not a dark art that I have not studied. Did I practice them? No. There's a difference. But want to talk about voodoo, with the Barbie doll being made right after me, with the same name of not only me now, but of the daughter that it was made after, named Kathleen, just like me. Little weird, but who cares if they pop the head off a Barbie doll, right? Just think about that. Then they had like uh biker Barbie, homeless Barbie. I mean, not a joke. It's not a joke to me. So when you say, as if what you're expressing to me, that you studied voodoo, well, what the? Do you think Jesuits and the Masonic order and anything that they consider within their secret societies to be hermetically sealed, when they don't know what they're talking about to begin with? Isn't that a funny joke? Because anything you practice in the dark will be brought out into the light by way of your flesh. You cannibalize yourself with your own misdeeds, if that's what you ever did or do or whatever. That's all I'm talking about. You know? We reap what we sow on this planet. If you think you're using something against somebody, I have nothing to say to you but best wishes finding Christ's spirit within you, because you couldn't be further. Any kind of magic. Okay, let's talk about physics and biology and particle physics and the atom and the splitting of the atom that they say they're capable of doing. All the stuff that, I mean, how do they prove these things to people? You know, for one thing, talk, 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 talk. There's a song like that. It's an older song, but these medical so-called facts that they're trying to push as true science, that really is what my video is about right now, is how they're trying to bring magic into the sciences. Take what God has it's like a manual, a mechanic's book. It's written on our hearts. There's a book for that right there. And they're trying to make it so, okay, here's another example. This is the best example I can give for any science, anything in general. You don't know it well enough unless you can explain it to somebody else in its fullest and make it sound simple enough for even a child to get it. Do you see what I mean by that? So, by way of the clowns in this world trying to use magic out of what is God's ether and God's material and energy, and practicing where they were told not to do those types of things, you already have a strike. Strike one. Next. Because that's entirely and specifically what is going on is trickery, and what they call magic is nothing but a lie. Magic, the illusion, is a lie. So anytime you're dealing with something that isn't tangible of God, you're on the dark side. You know, there's no in between. It's not a matter of being brave or being a coward. It's a matter of, do you feel like you have to answer to anybody, yes or no? And if no, well, I don't have a problem with that. I also don't have a problem with people that might want to cause me harm. I welcome the conflict. Do you understand that? Unless they want to shoot me in my head, and I'd welcome that too. So I don't see a deal with you having to remind me that people don't like me and I don't mean anything to them. No fucking duh. Really? Like, I'm just learning that? Anyway. So I think I kind of explained that. In other words, it wouldn't be the first time somebody's tried to take me out. And I do mean literally, not out to lunch, you know. And it doesn't work well for them. But you can say what you want to say. I don't care. Why do you think I act like I act? It's not because I'm not brain dead, over here. So, quite the contrary. Or quite contrary. And not contrite either. So, yeah. I think you got what I meant. So, yeah. Just shooting the breeze with you, actually, but I was thinking about how they're trying to pollute the science with non-logical statements that they can say anything they want to say, and somebody with less knowledge than you or I could sit there and swear to it. It's like the sky's black and these fuckers are going to swear to it because they have a PhD from Berkeley or something. You know what I mean? So, like, the liar will lie and the other liar's going to swear to it. And that is what's going on. I mean, they take non-provable science, illogical emotional states of the human psyche, and push it on people. And, like, who's going to define normal, right? Um, Free will and all that other fucking bullshit that everybody's crybabying about, unless it's exactly what they want. And what I mean by they it's the handful of people that are pushing their rhetoric and the destruction of what is natural in disguise of the poor babies that they are, the narcissistic nature of, if I don't get my way, you're going to pay for it. If I can't come in and do what I want to do in your house, to your family, if I can't say what I want to say in public, that's illegal, right? Is that so? Can a person say anything they want to say about another person, even if it's not true? Last time I heard that was slander. Calling me a bigot, that's fucking slander. That has nothing to do with my feelings and the truism of the agendas of what's being pushed in this world. None of their bullshit is true of what they're saying on a human level. It's one big fucking crybaby lie. And that's where I get mad. I get mad at the lie of how somebody that I consider myself not insane being portrayed by a narcissist that wants to get their way regardless of who gets hurt, that are insane and criminal on top of that. But you can ignore it, that it's not part of the agenda and that their spirits are whole and clean and they have the best intentions for the generations on down the line. Oh yeah, keep telling yourself that, because it's not true, and you know it's not true deep in your heart. If it was, you would be just like them. Or you are in a very good disguise for their cause. Because there is no in between. There are two sides. There is good, there is evil. You can say it's gone on since time. I'm telling you, time began because of the misdeeds of people doing their will and not considering others to the fullest extent of life itself, down to the last two. If you can't think that broad, and it has nothing to do with bigotry, and I am trying to keep my cool and explain myself, not just for myself, but for the entire population of the world, of the agendas that are going on, that are not a joke at all. And we can get a handle on this crap and work things out. I know we can with the people in the world if we make the younger people aware that their queerness is being used as a political ploy to take down the next generation. Period. Good and evil. Period. Not the people themselves, the ones that represent the misleading that's happening to the younger people and people that are susceptible, that are having their empathy used against them in a sympathetic way. And there's a difference between empathy and sympathy. So you're not being empathic, you're being sympathetic. Please look up all the different definitions of sympathy and empathy. Look them up. I have a video. I have probably two videos talking about that and reading the definitions for people so they have a deeper understanding of what words mean when they're being used, you know. You can send a sympathy card to somebody that's laying on their deathbed. That doesn't mean you're empathizing. You're not actually feeling it, and you're not there with them. You're not putting yourself in their shoes. That's a thought of sorrow for that person. That's not the thought of taking on their sorrows. Like I said, look up the definition between sympathy and empathy and live each one when you're reading it and feel what I'm telling you. What they're doing to science is so regressed. They're acting like God doesn't have robotics. They're acting like God doesn't have those capabilities. And I'm asking you, if you believe that, what the fuck is wrong with you? In your flesh that God's holding together with his energy, what the fuck is wrong with you that you think that you can be penetrated and have your soul devoured by a machine? You have that little faith or no faith at all. Yeah. That's why things don't scare me, because if you've been close to death, like I have many times, I'm serious. I've been mangled. I guess you could call me Mrs. Bo Mangled. You know, it's true. Just ask yourself, what the hell am I all about? Why am I telling you all these things? Why is it important to care? You can think I'm nobody, and everybody is somebody to God. How important are you? And what do you really do for Him? Anything? Name one thing today. Not that you just did today, I mean, name one thing you've done for Him in your whole life. Can you name one? Look in my eyes. I can name one. And you can name one by looking in my eyes, too. Don't play. You know exactly what my spirit's all about. We've met before. Hello, friend. Hello, kitty. Mew, mew. That was sort of a dark joke. Hope you got it. Well, if you didn't get it, put in the comments and I'll write it out for you. So, because I'm not trying to be demeaning to anybody. It's really not my thing, but if you get me going on it, I'm pretty good. So just don't go there, okay? Because I'm worse, way worse. And in fact, even if you were to threaten any kind of magic on me, mine's natural from God. So just be careful what you make me think or try to make me think. That even makes me angry. So just be careful with all that shit, okay? Because I'm not small like that. I only listen to one, Almighty, our Father, and that's all I've ever had, ever. So just keep that in mind. Some people in those types of situations would think they were schizophrenic, but luckily I'm a little more put together than that. So, yeah, I hope you watch that Jordan Peterson and that James Lindsay. They just knocked it out of the park with their common sense. And if you aren't on that level, I pray you will get there because those men have it together. And I don't care what you think about them personally or any interviews that Jordan Peterson had gave in the past or what you think about it, because there's a couple things he said that's been a little corny, but I have high regard and high respect for his love of humanity and that display of that, him and his wife. High, big, big respect. It is not only self-serving. And that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with people. Who are you? Really? When you dig down deep, you for yourself, you for your family. Who are you for? It can't be anybody on this planet, I'm telling you that. You know, everybody wants to ignore the God within themselves. Not that you are God, the God within yourself, that guidance that you do not. You're like a disobedient child. You have it inside you. God talks to everybody's heart. What is your problem? Is it your ego? Or did you get hurt so bad or have that so disrupted that it alienated you because it wasn't from God? It was put there by a man or a woman or a spouse or a child. Somebody put that dark spot that you are not allowing the Christ Spirit to talk to you, or you wouldn't be responding to me the way you are. So, yeah, I think sometimes it's like, people are trying to push me. And I could think dark and push back, but that's really not, I'm not in the mood for that. I get in that mood though. I do get in that mood. So I'm not going to say be careful again. I've warned you a couple times and you've had things happen that weren't my doing that you put on yourself. And everybody wants to blame somebody besides theirself because you will not take responsibility on this planet the way it needs to be done. So I'm telling you how to do it. And it can't be something that's popular with the world right now. You got to blaze your own path. Or you're not a flame, I guess. You're a flame in something, but yeah, whatever. You want fire to come out of your mouth, it'll be God's words, not yours. That's a fact. And I think you hear when I get like that. And it's not even funny or mean or anything. It's just like truth bombs, and you know it's true. Well, I'm going to get this uploaded. I just wanted to actually give a couple people something to listen to, probably on their way to work tomorrow or when you finally wake up. Wake up! Why don't you put a little makeup? Why'd you leave your kid upon the table? Anybody know that? So anyway. Oh, because you wanted to. Yeah. All right. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. Have a good night or day, wherever you're at. It's hard for me to sing when it's a bad one and I'm trying to make a joke. So, all right, later, I think. Well, you know what? I don't know how to stop this right now. Okay, maybe. Okay, I resumed it again. I'm just going to close it out. I was monkeying with some buttons trying to figure something out here, and it doesn't seem like it. So, okay, bye-bye.